Hello, followers of Mahima's Facebook page. My name's John El-Mokadem, and I'm a breakthrough coach based just outside of London, a town called Tunbridge Wells in the UK. And I got a note from Mahima this morning asking me if I would like to share a vlog, which I believe is a video blog, around something that was fresh for me. And it was funny because I got no thinking at all about sharing blogs, but I just don't do videos normally. So I sat with a request and then realized that I did actually have something to share around this theme of visibility. And it kind of made me smile because I thought, well, how much more visible can I get than recording a video, which is something I don't normally do. So, so here I am recording a video. And yeah, the thing that's fresh for me is exactly this. It's this theme of visibility. And I've been doing this course for the last couple of weeks. And it occurred to me that I had so much worrying thinking about being more visible and sharing with people what I saw about the world. And it's been interesting because I've been seeing so much into this recently. And typically what would happen is that I would not want to share stuff with the world because I would be, afraid to feel things, afraid of uncomfortable feelings if I got judged or something like that. And I had this insight recently when I was at Universal Studios in Orlando. And I actually found myself going on some of the theme park rides. And normally this is not something I do. I'm kind of chicken when it comes to that stuff. And but yet I found myself going on some of these rides. And it was really interesting because I was going on these rides. And yes, of course, I was scared to death, screaming my head off, absolute nervous wreck. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't do the really scary stuff. I know what might seem really scary to you or to others is not the same for me and that kind of thing. But there were some that I just thought, oh my God, I'm going to vomit if I go on that. So I didn't do some of those. But there were many that I found myself on. And this was a real change for me. And it was interesting because I was doing these rides, I was getting really scared, and then I was coming off afterwards. And then noticing, particularly with my greater understanding of the principles, how much quicker I just settled down. Right, and went home. And this happened repeatedly. So I'd get worried about going on a ride, and I'd go on the ride, be scared to death, and then I'd come off, and I'd feel better. And then at some point during this random trip, I had this insight around visibility. And it occurred to me that the same thing that had stopped me from going on some of these theme park rides was the same thing that held me back from sharing more and more publicly and more widely. And it was simply this. It was that I realized I was afraid to feel certain feelings. And what happened when I went on these rides was I saw, that when you go on them, you have a harness. And the harness keeps you safe. And then, of course, as I was reflecting on the visibility piece, I realized, oh, well, I have a harness there too, right? And the harness is that no matter what happens if I share stuff with people, no matter what thinking I get lost in if I get judged, right, I will settle down. I will eventually go home. And it's not that I need to control for the feelings, it's just to know that they're all okay and that they're not necessarily even coming from other people's judgments. And those judgments aren't even objectively true in any way. Because this is what I saw. I saw that no matter what I share, someone's always going to have some thinking about what I share. Sometimes they might think it's good, sometimes they might think it's bad, and none of those things is true. It's just their perception. And I will have thinking about their perceptions, right? And that will feel uncomfortable. But again, that's not telling me that what I'm sharing is good or bad or anything else. So what was unfolding for me was just seeing that the harness was the understanding that, yes, I was going to feel stuff if I shared stuff more widely. Some of that stuff was uncomfortable. But the harness was knowing that actually I was not those feelings, right? That they were transient, that they were thought created, and that they came and went. And that actually I have this ability to reset and go home no matter how much someone might judge what I have to say, or what they might think about it. And so what's been happening for me since then is that, well, I'm doing things like this. I'm recording random videos when I don't do videos. And, I've been just doing things more openly and sharing more openly with people. And I fully expect that people are going to have some judgment about what I have to say sometimes. And I'm just getting more okay with that, and getting more okay with the fact that I might feel uncomfortable sometimes when I'm judged. But that's fine because I have this harness, I have this ability to reset. So I hope that's been of interest to someone. And I've kind of enjoyed doing this actually. So thank you very much for listening, and take care. Happy New Year.